you know, I'm not really concerned with next year. I'm not concerned with next week. I'm concerned with today. And if I put myself in a position today to do well, then when the time is ready for me to play, I'm going to be ready to play it.
Tom Brady's in the game. Showed some great poise in preseason. Let's see if it carries over to the season.
You said hi, Mr. Kraft.
Touchdown, Tom Brady.
They are the American Football Conference champions.
I'll tell you what Tom Brady just did gives me goosebumps. Super Bowl champions.
Great season. Great way to end it.
In Tom Brady's 20s, 147 passing touchdowns, 3 Super Bowl wins, 70 wins total. In Tom Brady's 30s, 309 passing touchdowns, 2 Super Bowl wins, 113 wins total. In Tom Brady's 40s, y'all, in his 40s, 2 Super Bowl wins, 193 passing touchdowns, and 68 wins total. Quite literally had 3 different Hall of Fame careers. Which one impressed you the most? What decade? What did the 20s, the 30s, the 40s?
I would say, winning a Super Bowl in your 40s with an entirely new organization speaks for itself. But I would go with 07 to 16, his 30s, just because, and not to take credit away from him, but like we know there was more to that first run than just Tom Brady. It was a loaded team, top to bottom. But then in the 30s, you saw Tom Brady come into his own, become a 50 touchdown per season type of quarterback. And it actually didn't work out right away. It was the classic case of like, oh, when you pay your quarterback too much, can you really win Super Bowls? And then they just kept winning and then reestablished themselves to have a second dynasty, like a second run of 3 Super Bowls in quick succession, having already done that when typically you're closer to the end of your career than the beginning for anybody else but Tom Brady, it would be. I just think that's so impressive. What they were able to do from 2011 until 2018, unreal.
2-5. Tom Brady's 20s, he wins 3 rings. His 30s, he wins 2 rings. His 40s, you get to be a part of it. You win his final ring with him. That is still crazy to say that I'm sitting next to you and you were playing with him. Which decade of his is the most, astonishing to you?
I'm going to go with the 40s. First of all, I'm part of that one. And then also he was older. Right? Older, and everybody loves to talk about the Belichick. Oh, Belichick and Tom Brady. No. It's Tom Brady and then some Belichick. Yeah. He goes to a new team, new organization, new franchise, right? And still gets it done with new players. Essentially, he was really a rookie. Think about that. I've been with a program for 20 years. Okay, you worked at Fox for 20 years. Yeah. Now you go to a whole nother platform, another job, another work area. It's new for you. And for him to do the same thing he did in all the other decades and win a championship with a program, with a team that hasn't been winning, with the same players. Yep. The only difference was him. Yeah. Got to go with that decade.
Yeah, I have to go with the 40s also. I mean, we're all aging every day, every moment. His ability to stay healthy, his dedication to his body that he's even able to play at the level he was able to play is another chapter of his legacy, his ability to be available. We always say that availability is a skill. Tom Brady defined that. He actually has shown the rest of the league the blueprint for how to preserve your body, how you eat, how you train, how you stretch, how much time you put in preparation every day. Shady, you were there, you know. He has that whole model of having your own trainer to that level. Obviously, Michael Jordan had it also, but at the NFL level, it was pretty unique to see that. I mean, he was legendary for that, and it showed in his ability to play into his mid-40s and have a high level of success. So it's not like he was just out there winning championships.
Yes, it's a dynasty. We are not finished. We are not finished, fellas.
Touchdown. Tom Brady to Wes Welker. Fires it long and deep right side. Caught. Touchdown. Randy Moss. 5-yard bomb.
A 16-0 regular season record.
Pretty good for a 6th-round draft.
It's just personal. The reason I'll take the 20s is I know what it's like to be a 6th-round pick. Know what it's like to be a 6th-round pick. I quite literally was a 6th-round pick. 6th-round picks are not supposed to produce all that much. You're just not. supposed to make the team, be a backup, contribute on special teams. Tom Brady turned into the greatest player in the history of the game. We are astonished.
Second round from Purdue. Yeah.
Second round, but like, that is astonishing, right? If you're the number 1 overall pick, Peyton Manning, we anticipate stuff like that. Troy Aikman, you win a whole bunch of rings. John Elway, we anticipate stuff like that. Andrew Luck, great career. But when you are a 6th round pick, you're not supposed to be great, let alone the greatest of all time. And Tom Brady, you were just that.
It's about honor. It's about respect. If we win this game, you're honored.
Throws for Edelman. Touchdown, Patriots. They're back in the lead.
We did it, John. Did it.
I love you, man. You did it, bro. I love you. I love you.
You're the greatest quarterback in the world, man.
They have completed the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history.
We're bringing this sucker home.
Tom Brady might be the biggest player we've ever seen in football. He's probably the most humble player we've ever had.
Elaborate.
Ever. For example, I remember times where we wanted to change different plays. Like, oh, let's do more runs. Let's do more short, immediate passes. And BA and Leftwich, those are the coaches, they want to throw the ball deep. And I'm sitting there like, when I was on top of my game, when I was the guy in Philadelphia, I'm going up to the head coach's desk or door. Look, I want these plays, et cetera, et cetera. But Tom said, you know what? He said, know what, guys? No. It was like the skill positions, wide receivers, running backs. He said, no, they're the coach, I'm the player. If that's the plays they're calling, I'm running that. And he was just so humble. I'm like, God, a guy like that who has accomplished so much in this league, won so many championships, so many Super Bowls and rings and stats, and really to be like, he's the coach, I'm the player, that just struck me in a different light. So he's one of the most humble players you ever meet.
Let's go!
Tough as any quarterback there is or ever has been. He's done more than any other player at that position, whether it's yards, completions, touchdowns, championships, you name it. I don't think any tougher than him.
Brady takes the step. Back 3 steps. He pumps. He looks long. He throws it down the left side for Dorsett, and he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots!
You're too old! Hey, what more could you want than this, man? Let's go win the thing!
The Gimdenberg and runs it left for the win! Touchdown, Patriots! And they're bound for Super Bowl 53!
How did your perception of Tom Brady change from before you were his teammate to after being his teammate, taking handoffs from him, et cetera?
You know what? You always hear all the stories. Now, like a lot of the players, the good players, we all hang out. So like Gronk, even before I played with Gronk with Tampa Bay, we did commercials together, Pro Bowls, we were always hanging out. And there was this thing that like Tom was just a competitor. He works extremely hard. But then to hear that and then to see it and playing with him, I'll give you a funny story and I'll give you a serious story. Please do. The funny story is everyone knows that Tom Brady's not fast. That's the thing. And we would always joke with him like, man, Tom, you look slow on tape. And he would joke, but in the back of his mind, he's like, hold up, I'm still faster than what people think. So one time, Tom Brady, he raced one of our wide receiver coaches. Now, they are kind of like similar with age. I think Tom might be a little older, but I don't want to say the wide receiver's name, our coach's name. I'll keep him under wraps. But anyway, they raced, and Tom won. Tom won the race. And it was like our ongoing joke.
We're still here! We're still here!
Gronkowski, left side, makes the catch over 2 defenders, tumbling to the 2. Tom Brady, a 6-time champion.
The opportunity to play for such a great organization, a great coach and great coaches, and so many great teammates over so many years. The best team wins, and I've been so fortunate to be on the best team.
Okay, so we got into the playoffs, right? And I remember Gronk said all the skill positions, the wide receivers, the running backs, tight ends. He said, listen, Tom is going to get intense. The playoffs comes, he gets more intense each week.
Yeah.
Sure enough, that Sunday, they had that Friday, the coach broke everything down. We're in the playoffs. Monday came, team meeting, we're getting ready for the playoffs. And Tom stood up and talked to the whole offense. That whole week, he was so intense. He was on everybody's case. He didn't let nothing slip at all.
Yep.
Each week got closer to the playoffs, closer to the championship. he got more intense. I mean, cracking down on all the scout work, preparation, and practice. Guys are laughing, joking. He's calling them out. If we mess up a play in practice, we're doing it over so we all know it. I'm like, wow, that's my first time ever seeing a true leader. And that was Tom Brady.
You won Super Bowl 55 with Tom Brady. They were at Super Bowl 57, so it's been less than 2 years. I got 2 more questions for you off the top of my head. The first one being, you said Tom Brady sent you all text messages.
Yeah.
The entire offense.
Yep.
Tom Brady's won 7 Super Bowls. Us at home, we're like, oh, wow, how's he done it? How'd he do it? But you know specifically how. What did those text messages that he would send during the playoffs, what would they read like?
Just the preparation. So now, you know, we watch tape. We're supposed to watch tape. We may watch 2-3 hours a day. And in playoffs, you might watch even more.
Yeah.
Right? So we would watch tape, and Tom Brady would send us a text message. It would be like a group text of like 15 people, maybe 12. Running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. And he would single out every position. So let's say today was the cornerbacks. Number 35. He has slow feet. He's great off the jam. He doesn't do well with back shoulder passes. You could take him deep. Every single player. And on a side chat, with all the other players like me, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette, we're all joking like, yo, this guy is different. He's so locked in. So I can see why teams struggle to beat him because he's so more prepared than anybody else.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second, though. I've never seen nothing like that.
That's crazy.
In each game, it got close to the Super Bowl, he was more and more dialed in.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe as I post a new Tom Brady video every day.